Hey there, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle the one verb that's like the backbone of the entire English language. Let's dive in and finally master the verb to be.
So, right off the bat, let me ask you a couple of things. Who are you, and where are you from? See that? Just by introducing ourselves, we're already using the verb to be. It really is everywhere. And that's because, well, be is the verb you need to talk about pretty much everything. It helps us share who we are, where we come from, and describe the world all around us. It's kind of like the engine that makes so many of our sentences actually go. So, let's break it down, starting with right now, the here and now. First up, how be works in the present tense.
Okay, so in the present, be is a bit of a chameleon. It changes depending on who you're talking about. For I, you've got am. For he, she, or it, we use is. And for we, you, or they, it's always are. Oh, and you'll want to pay close attention to those contractions on the right because that's how people really talk.
Now, what if you want to say no? Super simple. You just throw in the word not. So I am becomes I am not. And of course, we love our shortcuts, right? So is not squishes down to isn't, and are not becomes aren't. The only odd one out is I'm not. It kind of does its own thing.
All right, want to ask a question? This is the fun part. It's like a magic trick. All you do is flip the verb and the subject. Instead of saying, he is here, you ask, is he here? Instead of, you are ready, it becomes, are you ready? It's that easy. Just a quick switcheroo.
Let's see this in action, like in a real everyday chat. In the question, where is Kate? Notice how is comes before the subject, Kate. And the answer? It uses that slick contraction we just talked about. She's in her room. Simple, clear, and totally natural.
Okay, so we've got the present down. Now, let's jump in our time machine and zip back to the past to talk about how to use be when we're talking about before.
And here's some good news for you. The past is actually easier than the present. Seriously, you only have to remember two words, was and were. If you're talking about I, he, she, or it, you use was. For we, you, and they, you use were. That's it. Way less to keep in your head.
And making it negative. You already know the drill by now. Just add not. And yep, you guessed it. We've got our contractions. Was not becomes wasn't, and were not becomes weren't. You'll hear these ones all the time.
And what about asking questions about the past? It is the exact same trick we learned for the present. No new rules here. You just do that little flip-flop again. Was he late? Were they at the party? Same rule, just a different time. Okay, check this out. Here you can see the present and past right next to each other. The secret is to look for time clues. Words like tonight tell you we're in the present, so you use is. But a phrase like last month, that's a huge signpost pointing to the past, so we switch to was. See? The context tells you everything you need to know.
Okay, so we've got the forms down for now and then. But what's the point? What are the actual jobs this verb does for us in our day-to-day lives?
Well, it basically has four main jobs. First, identity, telling people who you are. Then there's origin, where you're from. Third, description, explaining what something or someone is like. And finally, location, just saying where you are. Let's look at a quick example for each one.
So, first up, identity. My name is Maria. This is probably one of the very first sentences anyone learns, right? That little word is doing all the heavy lifting, making that connection between my name and Maria.
Next up, where you're from, your origin. I'm from Spain. See how we use that handy little contraction, I'm? It's fast, it's simple, and it's how people actually talk.
And number 3, description. This is a great one because it's in the past tense. Anna Pavlova was a famous Russian dancer. That word was is describing who she was, what her profession was, all in the past. Okay, we've gone over the rules. Now for the really cool part. Let's see how all of this comes together in an actual story by listening in on John and Anna Jackson.
So our story starts right now, in the present. My name is John. That's his identity. We are from Newcastle. That's their origin. These are facts about them right now. But then, just like you would in a real conversation, the story shifts gears and goes into the past to give some backstory. Anna was born in Newcastle. Boom! That one word, was, just took us back in time. And here's a great little twist. John chimes in to clarify his part of the story, but I wasn't. It's a perfect example of how we naturally mix and match these tenses to tell a complete story. And that's basically it. You now have the fundamental toolkit, those 5 key forms: am, is, are, was, and were. With just those 5 little words, you can talk about pretty much anything in the present and the past.
So there you have it. We've looked at the present and we've looked at the past. You now know how to talk about who you are and who you were, which really just leaves one big question, doesn't it? Who will you be next? Thanks for tuning in.